Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, and no way to sugarcoat this one. It's a snoozer, so let's take a look. What you're going to notice here in the SPY is that since the president stopped tweeting, we haven't been able to take out either side of this range, upper middle on the weekly. Outside, inside, inside to start off. This needs to change, and things will happen when that does change. We are nowhere near doing that. If you get on the lower middle, you're going to see this. Here's your broadening formation, higher highs and lower low, and you come right back in the middle. We need to take that, or we need to take that out to do something here. The first things first would be taking out either side of this week. We're nowhere near doing that. So one of the things that's important as time goes by during a month, and we're now with the 19th, is that you look at the monthly chart here, right? Is this thing doing anything? No. Like, so when you get to the 19th of a month, you want nice long red and green bars, ideally, right? Which you do not have. If we go to QQQ here, once again, look at this upper middle. Look at this. We have to take that out. If you go to the lower left, right, you're going to see the present broadening formation here, right? We got to get out of this. You got to take that out. You got to take that out, and then you got to stay out there. Once again, if you look at the monthly in the lower middle, look at this. It opened at 315.11. 10 cents of movement since the opening. It's horrible. So it sends us down the food chain a bit to go try and find things. But we can take a look at small cappers. A little better here. You can see, notice that month a little better. Now here we're starting off as inside day, upper middle, upper left. Right, so right now doing nothing, but certainly a lot better than those other two. Right, and then if we go to the diamonds, see this. Still nope. And weekly, nope. Took out the slight higher high last week, and now just sitting here doing nothing. And you can see this on the daily upper left. This is a chop shop. You're in the middle of this stuff, and you're nowhere near taking it out. So broader averages, not so good. So we don't go down the food chain a little bit. ACRS. ACRS now coming back in, but it's important to look for combinations when we have these set up. So right now, you can see it's green on all these time frames here except for the 60 now, but you're going to exhaustion risk. Anytime you go to new recent highs, you don't have pivots to take out of. Now, it's been higher on the monthly if you go to lower middle, but here's what I'm talking about when I say we want to look for a combination. You'll notice here, gaps up, goes inside on the 30, and then does the measured move off the 30, right? The 2-1-2 measured move. But that's directional. We prefer to have a reversal in there. And so if you went down to the 15, you're going to see this. Here, right here, inside bar, pokes down, rev strat. 1-2-2 right here as it takes out this bar here above 1575. Nice movement after that. And so you'll see these two 15s are the inside 30. So when this triggers here, you can also take more and buy more here as the 30 gets taken out. You see, you want to be able to add to your winners, and you can see now it's starting to back off. We'll see if that sets up again. If we go to APPN, and Appen, you're going to see this lower middle, inside month, taking that out. Now you got this big range to get out of, so it needs to stay up here, right? Otherwise, you get caught in more price discoveries when you get stuck in what we call a mother bar, this thing. Right now, as long as it's green on all time frames, that's good. You can see it's already starting to back off, though. So we'll see if that can set up again on the 60. Right now, we got a new 60. It's reversing on the 60. That would have to change because you had directional upper left, the inside day, to trigger the inside month break. But this is directional. Like I said, we want to have reversals because when you get in what we call the mother bar, oftentimes price discovery starts over again. So you're going to see something like this on the daily. And like so. Your broadening formation. So it needs to stay up here and stay out. Otherwise, you got the chance of coming back through all this stuff. If we go to TMDX, like I said, down the food chain we go, but you got to find things that are moving around, right? So here, you do have the outside and the upper middle, outside, inside week. That's good. And then boom, here. It's been higher on the monthly. You just short-term exhaustion risk, and you see this on the 60 right here. The inside 60, and off she goes. Now you got a new hour, so we have to see if that sets up again for you. If we go to Whirlpool, and Whirlpool we liked last week because of this, right? Here's my support level. Is it? Bam, stop them out, come back, 2-2 reversal on the week, back through the previous range, right? And what that does in the lower middle, it gave us the outside month we were looking for. We got it, right? Now it's got to stay out there because here's your broadening formation on the daily, right? That's what we were looking for. You got your inside day, triggers are back up. Then here's your continuation, inside day, and off she goes. So we'll see if that sets up again. All right. If we go to INSG, INSG little guy, and so you can see this here in the upper middle. 2 down by taking out the low, inside bar, 212 weak here over 1567. And you can see it takes this stuff out, right? So these three become an outside bar of this, right? And the question to be strong enough to take this out. Still an inside month, had a real strong move, so we can see if that can set up again for us. If we go to CEVA, Saba, and Saba, so directional because it's taking out highs without a reversal, except on the daily. You see this? Takes out that high, then takes out this low, and boom, these two become an outside bar of that. Then, once again, stalls out like a lot of things. You got to be careful on that. If we go to Etsy, and Etsy, directional by going into the highs on the monthly. Weekly, it's still inside, but getting there to try and take out those highs. And the way it would get there is in this daily. You'll notice this. Takes out the high, takes out the low, and now reversal back up. We're looking to take out the high. So right now, it would be directional on the 60 because it's inside. It definitely gets my attention in the next hour over 218.38. We'll see if there's any shorter term stuff for you. Q's firming up just a tad here, but in general scheme of things, we got to take out some of those major levels. We got Kiss My Grits, GRTS, male Kiss My Grits. And so you can see here in the monthly, this used to be higher, right, coming out of the ashes, right, and that's what we like, coming back to previous range. Just on the weekly here, you can see this, just directional, so potential exhaustion risk, and that's what you're seeing, and we'll be looking to see if this can stay as an inside 60. You also notice this, the Momo hammer, gaps up. Anybody who thought it was going to roll back down here, met that freight train right here, and off she went. If we go to Twist, and Twist, once again, we've got exhaustion risk here by going into the highs. Just had a nice push, and we'll see if that sets up again for you. You can see in the opening, Friday's close was a 2 down, and you had your 2-2 reversal back to the previous range. These two become an outside bar of all that, you see. If we go to GILD, and now coming in a little corrective activity, but once again, we're going to look for this monthly here in the lower middle, outside month. We take that out. We're coming back through this big broadening formation on the monthly, right? And so then once again, you can see broadening formation on the weekly. And here was your 2 down, 2 reversal here. Taking out the lows, taking out the highs, back to previous range. That worked. Then stop them out a little bit. Momo hammer on the weekly. Opens on the lows, so we can continue to watch that this week. The 60, slight poke down. So in another hour, if we can take out this hour's highs, that gets my attention. If we go to SENS, SENS, it's come to that. But it did have a nice push here in the month to start off. The nice push to start off the weekend day. So we'll have to see if that goes inside 60 and sets up again for you. What's going on here? We got PayPal going. How's you doing anything here? PayPal. Okay, PayPal still an inside week. Right, so we're going to be aware of that. What we look for, the higher high, the lower low, taking it out. So for the rest of the day, PayPal has my attention over 244.56 to become an outside bar of that. If we go to NIU, and NIU, once again, that same pattern you look for in all the time frames, and you can see this here. Monthly takes out the high, takes out the low, boom, right here. These two become an outside bar of that. You got some exhaustion risk up here in the highs, but you always look for those lower lows, and then the reversal to give you the what? That. Now, so you can stay outside of that. If we go to Polaris, and Polaris, once again on the daily, inside, 2 down, boom. These two become an outside bar of these two, all right? And if you look at the monthly, you're going to see the inside month in the lower middle. and coming back to the range. So everybody stopped out under these months here, or here. They took them all out. Now we'll see if that sets up again. Right now, just kind of drifting towards the highs. If we go to MAXR and MAXR, Maxer, and here's that inside day, upper left, going for measured moves, going up for all-time high, so some exhaustion risk. Once again, we have to see if that sets up again. A lot of these things just took off. If we go to ATOM, and Adam, nice long month, right? Nice long week, inside day to the upside, right? Some exhaustion risk on this, but still going. We have to see if that sets up again. A lot of these things just took off, and that's what they did, and then this kind of sitting here. If we go to ACRX, and ACRX, nice long bars. Here you can see this, monthly, lower middle, inside, poke down, boom, RevStrat monther, 122, over 155, trading 280, still coming back through here. We'll see if that sets up again. Looks like we had an inside 30. $64.89. Looks like to the tick, that was an inside 30. We'll see if that sets up again. Like I said, we're going down the food chain. If we go to the downside, some of them big boys like Adobe, here, pattern going the other way. See this? Monthly, slight higher high, and then boom, the reversal here. So Adobe for the rest of the month has my attention so long as it's below 468.82. Oops. Drop my glasses. That has my attention for the rest of the month below that. We've also been watching UPS. And UPS, once again, here on the monthly, inside, pokes up, one inside, two in one direction, boom, coming back through here. We're looking to see if we can take all this out. If you go to the weekly here, you can see it's an inside week. And stopped out a few shorts and came back down. So anybody's long is going to be long against that or that, right? Taking them out. So this week has my attention so long as it's below 157.74. You look at the daily. This is what we wait for when you hear me say triangle they out, right? Stop out a bunch of shorts here, and then you get your reversal here by taking out the high and then taking out the low and back through previous range. And you can see how it just ripped right through there. Now, takes that out, so we want to stay down there. But UPS still having some problems here. If we go to some of the retail, having some issues today. Target, here in the weekly is a 2-2 reversal. You see that? 2 up and then 2 back down. So it's got some distance to take all this out. It's still good on the month, but it's being countered now, right, by the daily and the weekly and the 60. So what that tells me is that if there was buyers in here on the month, they're not here right now. They're gone, right? So these override that, right? And so we want to be aware of every 60, right? They might show up again, but as far as we know, they gone. They gone, and back to the previous range we go. If we go to Costco, and Costco here, taking out last month's lows. So you can see here, triangle out, slight higher high, the inside day on the upper left, and then down she goes. All right, so we'll see if that stays. Now you got an inside 60. We'll see what comes of that. Market firming up just a tad here, but like I said, nowhere near the greater scheme of things. So you got Goog coming up. What's going on here, Giggle? Goog coming up a little bit, but once again, we can see if it takes that inside week here, because MU is taking the inside week in the semis. So there's a few things poking around. It's a matter of going to be a matter of follow through in this environment. If you go to snow here. Watching this inside week, if we can break down through that, right? That would also re-break the month. So these two key levels here for snow is 280.73 and up here below 286.20. All right, those combinations there. If we go to some other retail, you've got Phillips Van Heusen here trying to take that week to the downside, not totally getting killed just yet. Make sure that's right. RL, Ralph Lauren here. This is something we look for, the outside bar, the poke up, and the coming back through. I'm always running out of time. You got Captain Sig having some problems here too. Inside month to the upside, but I can't recognize those buyers when this stuff starts going red. Still inside on the week. Just taking a few of these days to the downside. Just a few more here. Peloton having some issues to start off the week and changing that month back red. right? And once again, 2 down, 2 up, coming back through this previous range after triangling out. So we'll see if it's weak enough to come back through all of that stuff. Let's do one more, LOGI. LOGI, you can see this red on the month now. The inside weak to the downside. All right, nice long red bar. See if that sets up again for you. So just be aware that things can really dry up in this environment. We're going to constantly be scanning and trying to do the best we can to find things with signals. Being aware of this inside weak for the SPY and the Qs that has to break if we're going to get any significant movement. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith Select channel here at Ticker Tacker, the Strat Time Report.